So guys, this week we have a very, very, very special guest. I consider this guy, he's not just an artist to me. He's like family. From day one, we met, it was a genuine connection. Things popped off. Anything he asked me for, I was there. Likewise, anything I asked him for, you know. So, I want to give a special bottoms up welcome to international artist, my friend, Julien Believe. Alright, guys, let's put it up one time. Let's take a shot. You know, we started off correct. Cheers, guys.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. I poured a little too much in that shot for you.
Yeah, looks that way too.
It was good. So guys, let's get into it. Julien, welcome to the show, my brother.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Good way to start the show off.
Yeah. So what's happening with Julien Believe these days? What's popping?
You know, just representing the 242 man and pushing, expanding my brand and making sure that the world knows that there are a lot of artists that come from the Bahamas and we have a lot to offer the world. So this year I really took the opportunity, 2016 I took the opportunity to introduce myself to the international market. And the response overseas has been overwhelming and the support is grand. And I'm looking forward to what we can do to continue to push the brand internationally in 2017. So
the brand is strong, bro.
Yeah,
the brand is strong.
Like a boss. He was in Trinidad recently, and he was on, I think, 96.1 with Charles and Dingers and
Charles Ding Dong and Goofy.
And he represented. I
Man
was
of
like,
Drive.
wow.
Yeah.
You were party ambassador. You were doing a.
Yeah.
It was earlier this year. You did a big song. It was the NBA. It was what was it? It was
Supposed to be waking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
be waking.
Yeah.
We started in China with the Miss World
Miss
pageant.
That's what it was. Yes, exactly.
I was living white.
That was our Caribbean slide. Actually.
Okay.
You know, it was funny with that. Just when they emailed me, I thought it was a joke or something like that. So the minute I get the spam,
Oh, they reached out to you?
Yeah, I thought it was spam.
Yeah.
But when I clicked the link, it was like for real, and then I saw our Miss World Bahamas, and I was just like, oh, yo, this is like for real. And I kind of like rested on Caribbean Slide because we've been promoting it for so many years.
Yes,
I
yes,
was moving out to
yes.
live in wine, and I just came back like, hey, listen, I'm a new record to the world, and it was good to see the support all the way in China for a record that was born and bred in the Bahamas.
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
completely opposite
a
side of
lot
the
of you seen me. We started it here. We went into the
Right.
schools first, so to be able to go there and get a support, then have a crowd of 10,000 people, all moving to the left, moving to the right, and then having the world almost 1 billion people. That was the number of people that saw us.
So you're saying that they reached out to you on that, but that's a testament to just how long you've been putting in this work,
But I
man.
just want to say that. Because you putting in that work, you're out there, so people could be like, I gotta get this guy.
I feel like the positive energy you keep putting out there
Right.
is now reciprocating itself.
Back to you.
You know?
Truth. But I also feel like people out there eye on the Bahamas, and whether we, as the musician body, believe it or not, like people always watching to see what's happening.
Yeah, we are popping in the country.
But I think what we have to do is to continue to market ourselves in a way to where we're commercial enough for the international market to understand. And that's why I think that the Caribbean Slide was able to do what it's done and continue to do what it's doing. And I think just being able to go to Trinidad and then say, what is John Canoe?
It's a smart move.
You know?
Caribbean Slide is a smart move, man. Like, a dance song. Everybody could just get along with it.
You gotta realize he does these strategic moves over there. Party ambassador with Ricardo Drew
That's
and
why when you look
Beanie
at Julien, I'd be like, bro,
he no dummy,
yeah, he talented.
Right.
He got the package, right? But it's something
He playing
else,
like
bro.
chess,
Why,
He playing like chess.
Exactly. So I'm like, man, that team.
I think overall as a musician or as a company, because I'm just the face of the Julien Believe brand. There's just like how you guys are a team, there's a lot of moving parts to what you guys are seeing. By the time I hit the stage, we've done so many things to get to that point.
Yeah.
And I have to give special credit to the team of people behind me that's been moving over the last few years and helping me get to this
Right.
point.
You've been in
Because
this game now for how long?
it's very, very, very long
I went
time.
to Julian is we Giants,
Yeah.
St. John's Giants, right?
Yeah.
And Julian been doing this stuff
Man.
from back in the day in high school, man. So to see you here now, I graduated this one.
You ain't gotta say it.
Too long. I don't know when
But
you
he was ahead of
graduated.
me,
Lydia.
though.
All I know is
Yeah.
that to see, you know, it's a testament to how hard work pays off.
No, but
bro.
not only hard work,
passionate.
right? I mean, Julien. I mean, there's a lot of talented Bahamian artists, whatever, right? But they don't hustle though. They act like I'm talented, so it's supposed to.
Someone's
know.
supposed, but Bahamians entitled, so they
I
feel like
mean,
somebody's supposed
they
to do it
got
for them.
on a real talk, I somewhat disagree with that because I mean Julian and I remember we went. You invited me to one of the school tours you were on.
Yeah.
And I met a couple of artists there,
Mhm.
and it was strange. Like at that point, and it's not a diss to any of the other artists,
Right.
but at that point I realized the difference in Julian's work ethic
That's what I'm saying.
compared to theirs. And Julian was saying, listen, I'm gonna go to Trinidad, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You know, some people say, well, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that,
but
and they don't do it.
Yeah.
But again, it's testament to your team as well behind you because
Yeah,
they
definitely.
make those moves happen.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you gotta have
You know?
Julian has to have a strong team behind him.
Yeah,
Hands
but
down.
And it has up that in
We
the
do.
drive too, though.
we do. But what the team also understands is that you have to invest in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Yeah.
a lot of us, when you make your monies for the show, so when you go there and you seek sponsorships, you can't put that back into your pocket. This is a business. This is a company. If I have
Invest in yourself.
if I have a Coors Light beer, I consider my brand a brand like how you would consider Coors a beer, and which is a brand.
Exactly.
You have to invest money into the marketing side. You have to make sure when it's presented to the public, it's presented properly. And I think, again, the team has done a really great job in doing that. And I think that is what the next step is for most of the Bahamian musicians. That's what we need to do now. Or Bahamian brands, Bahamian companies, period. You have to now be willing to invest and jump in. Throw it all in there and wait for your return to come. And I think eventually once you do that, it happens. You know, I kid you not, you got to be crazy to do this because you really don't know what is going to happen when you put your music out there. You know, a song may be a hit here in the Bahamas, but that don't mean it's going to be a hit out there in the rest of the world. Although the chances are greater because we're such a difficult market to impress.
To
Yeah, you can impress
you know.
the Bahamian
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Impress them.
Bahamians only. You know, I think that's a Caribbean thing.
No,
No.
I know
Just-
I ain't
Bahamian.
gonna lie to you. Living here now, and living in Trinidad all that time, Trinidad is harder to break into than the Bahamas.
because you're so saturated with millions of soca and calypso artists, you know, and
No,
then
but see,
soca and calypso is so strong. Breaking scrape.
It has to be harder
Bahamian-
here because I mean you have some people in Trinidad who have broken internationally in a way.
yeah, and Trinidad the song ain't big.
So we have like
We don't have
we have
nobody-
raw talent. We haven't really broken.
No,
Some people really.
no serious artist from the Bahamas has really. Like what you got? You got Funky Nassau 20 years ago.
Right.
You got Who Let the Dogs
40
Out.
years.
Stolen from
Right.
not stolen, but it was a remake from the
From Trinidad.
yeah Trinidad. You know, we ain't got no serious
Like
like.
Oz.
We got Ronnie Butler. We got a lot of great artists, but nothing to the fame of a Marshall Montano,
But in speaking and
any reggae
but-
artist.
but let me draw an
But
analogy
we have
to
the
you.
talent for that.
Yeah,
We
but-
just haven't crossed over.
But let me draw an analogy to you, and I want you guys to understand this. And this is my logic and on why I think Bahamians why we don't support the others when we should. Consider this: we've never had a Bob Marley before,
You've never
so we don't know how to appreciate.
to push reggae the way
You see what I'm saying?
You know, the closest thing we have to Bob Marley is probably like
Ronnie
Ronnie
Butler.
Butler. And the
Yeah,
thing is, we
yeah.
appreciate him now when he's in his wheelchair coming
Yeah.
on stage. We're like,
I really do
This place
appreciate
sounds
Ronnie
still
Butler.
good, you know what I mean?
music.
Now-
and
But it's a little late.
His thing is the love. You could, I
Yeah.
mean, to come on stage and that's love, though.
You see,
That's love for
but that's what it is. And until we have brands that you come from the soil and then you go overseas and you expose yourself, that makes a difference in how Bahamians appreciate. And I'm noticing the support for what we've been able to accomplish over the last 3-4 years, and it means a lot to all the Bahamian people out there that are listening and are supporting the movement. I want you to know I appreciate it, and it means a lot to be able to.
Yeah, I mean, because for Bahamians to push for Julian, you to be where you are now, you're a household name in the Bahamas.
Mhm.
That ain't an easy thing to do,
By
you
far.
know. And then like, you know what I mean, for Bahamians to actually acknowledge the movement, and you know what I'm saying, like
I think he's one of those artists who are like starting this really like this real formula to hustle to push your
Yes.
music, not
Because,
just
of
perform and then you doing local, like to go all out and still be like, okay, I'm Bahamian or
Yeah.
whatever, but you still pushing your stuff. He's gonna set the trend, or he's one of many.
we
that
got a
many,
lot
but
of young artists who
we have a lot
on
of
the
talented
grind.
people, but they ain't pushing like how he's pushing.
Yeah, that's
and they
what
don't have a team like how he has.
But I mean, but see, I was once there, and I don't want people to get this twisted. You gotta take your brand from 0 to 50. There were days when I slept outside the recording studio. There were days when I didn't eat. There were days when I had to go and I used to pump gas. You understand? I worked at SO on the run on off Fayette Avenue.
Wow.
Since I used to make that chicken with the wedges. But that's how I paid for studio time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you gotta take it
And
from 0
invest
to
in
50.
yourself.
But that's a discipline within yourself. Some people believe, okay, I'm singing, I'm doing whatever, I'm kind
I
of
see a
entitled.
lot of artists
you know?
believe that, all right, I sing a song and they believe it's a hit. And when it don't hit,
And not only that, they believe that they can't
Discouraged.
do like minimal things to try to get that money. To do what you gotta do, you gotta do what you gotta do until you get where you need to get.
Yeah.
I agree.
But not only that though, you can go out there and like, if you could find 10 people to give you $50, and that's $500.
That's true.
And you can take that and you can put that into the studio.
What would you say your success? What would you say cause your success? Well, like if you could impart some sort of knowledge for other artists that are interested in, because you're fully devoted to this lifestyle right now, to the game. You're
Yeah.
no backing up, right? So like what type of wisdom, whether it's being from the marketing standpoint, from the hustle standpoint, do you think helps you get where you are that you can like impart on other people and
Pass on.
pass on? Because there's something that you're doing that other people aren't doing. You've been in the game for forever. People don't know that.
That the average Bahamian artist
Yeah.
doesn't do.
Yeah.
That
That you
does
would.
not
That, I
do.
mean, because we got a lot of talent, but they just still ain't got like you got
I think
Miss
It's
World
a
all in
sacrifice
you.
thing.
I think it's one, I think it's humility.
Mm-hmm.
I think we really need to be grateful for the support that we do get from Bahamians, no matter what capacity it is. I feel like we have to lose the sense of entitlement
Mm-hmm.
as musicians and feel not because I am a Bahamian musician means that the Bahamian people must support me.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
same way a Vibes Cartel can release a song and we can decide not to like that.
Exactly.
This is the risk that you choose when you decide to release yourself
Right.
as an artist. Thirdly, you must invest. You must spend that money. You
Reinvest
must.
in yourself.
You. If you gotta go days without eating, then you need to go days without eating to make sure that your music is
Some
mixed.
red nose pity type of artist.
Yeah,
Right.
but you saw what he said first though, humility, and I could vouch for this though, Julian, dude.
You know?
As long as I've known you, man, always just you see how he came in and he
Yeah, how are you doing?
introduced himself to everybody like that.
So proper,
You know what I'm saying?
like.
No, but the reality is this: you don't have to like my music,
No.
and you don't have to
You don't
like me
have
as
to
a
like
person.
you, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
As your friend, fuck. You don't like it, fuck it.
True, true, but at the
Like it,
same,
fuck it. I like it.
true, but at the same time, the way I see it
You
is
have to
like,
be humble as a musician.
yeah, but not only that, you don't know who you can inspire or
Right.
who may be going through a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Who,
yeah, yeah.
by you
Latching
walking in
on.
and saying, "Yo, look here, man,
Wow.
see some strength." You don't know what they could do.
He's a big
To
man.
help.
And he
And,
came
Same
and,
thing.
and the good thing about that is too, a lot of Bahamians like to say, man, yeah, he's but man, I hear calypso, I mean Caribbean slide and living wine, but man, I like his music. But the minute they meet him and then you like so receptive there,
Take
oh
it,
hey, how you doing? What's up, man? Julian,
Boom,
yeah, what's your name,
boom,
Baba?
boom.
They be like, yeah, but he's so bad, boy. I like him, boy.
That's
You
my boy.
you know the moves, sir? You know the moves to Caribbean slide?
You know what's the funny thing? The funny thing though, when I met Julien, right? When I first met Julien, it wasn't. I didn't meet Julien, the artist.
The Julian the guy.
Yeah, I met Julien, and he came. He was humble. He came, and that was in the beginning of Eden. So shout out to my Eden family. All day,
Eden,
every
shout out
day,
to
Definitely,
Eden.
definitely.
right? But from day one,
Yeah.
he gave us, that outlet.
Yeah.
And,
And dude, you reached a
we
level
did
of
the same.
success that a lot of Bahamian artists have not.
Yeah.
And you still remained humble,
But-
which I appreciate, bro.
But you know what's so crazy? we don't realize how good we have it in the Bahamas.
Oh, we got too good.
I say it even from the musician standpoint, right? And a lot of the musicians complain about Carnival, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how stupid could you be? And I said it because you have a platform now
Platform, they open. It's
To
open.
get yourself out
that you
there.
never had
Wow.
before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every other Caribbean artist has a platform, you know?
They start. Their countries got stuff.
Right.
Jamaica
You know what I
got
mean?
reggae.
To put
Right.
their music
And
out
then,
there.
and then the rest of the Caribbean has Carnival.
But then reggae started from something. You know,
Not
the
even
thing
just the
started,
Caribbean,
Calypso
the whole
started from-
world has Carnival.
Exactly. So
Yes. And that was my point.
let's use
We-
Calypso.
Once you
Filter.
having the platform is what really helped to create the exposure for me.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, to be able to be on the stage and the whole country see you one time, and then all the foreigners in one place and they see you one time,
Why are you
puts
showing
you in a
that?
position to have, like, for example, when we went to Washington, D.C., I was able to go into a dance studio, a gym, with 500 women who learned the Caribbean style when I was on stage in Nassau,
What?
and they were performing it for the
Why do you
last
need
6
somebody
months.
to carry your luggage
You know
or
what I'm saying?
something, bro?
Guys, hold on.
Can it be a part?
Let me switch it up.
500?
As Julien said that, let me dial it back a bit and ask this, right? Now, as an artist, you put out, you know, a certain persona, right?
Mhm.
And from what I've seen, your persona is real you. And I think that's what people buy into, right? But taking it back on a fan level,
Right.
as a fan of, as a Julien Believe fan, right? How did you feel? Because on this show, as we always tell people, we want to keep it real, raw. We want to talk about shit that people won't talk about or can't talk about, right? But let me ask this:
If you want to.
when you got that email from China and you realized that was real, like how did you feel? Like, I'd have been doing cartwheels, I've been doing jumping jacks in my
You
room.
feel a little tired. You feel don't lie. You feel
I ain't gonna lie.
you reach a little bit.
That
Don't
was
lie.
me. I was gonna change automatically. I don't
Yeah,
know,
you
I
like
walk
you
right
reach.
by you. I walk right by you.
Why you
Hey,
touching me?
Hey, quick, hey, quick,
Guys.
please.
Why are you fucking touching me though?
Yeah.
But how did you feel? Like, you know, what was it? what
Don't
was
lie,
it like?
babe. Don't lie now.
Don't lie.
Give
I
us
was-
the real. Give
No,
us
I
the
was
real.
I was like, good. You see, I told y'all niggas one day.
Boom. See
Fed by the haters. Fed from by
said
the
you all wrong with
haters.
me.
Haters
I
influence.
told you all wrong with me.
Let me tell you what it is. See, we have this thing where if you don't do rake and scrape or whatever is traditional
Traditional
Bahamian
stuff.
music,
Yeah.
you're never gonna make it.
And then the Bahamians get mad because you choose to go and do something else.
Right.
But the same people don't really listen to
Them reggae
traditional
scrape.
reggae scrape
You know
all
what
the
I'm
time.
But wait, not only that, like I explained to a lot of them, growing up, you can't blame me for listening or singing the music that I sing because see, I grew up on a thunderstorm.
Oh.
You see what I'm
High
saying?
five for the thunderstorm.
You see what I'm saying? If you knew about the thunderstorm as a kid, it was the only thing we could listen to was 100 jams.
Oh, and
and
you
the only thing they played was
Pressing,
the crossover music.
record for your tape deck.
Record. And I listened to that all day next day because
Uh-huh.
thunderstorm was.
See?
You riding with that?
Right.
Shout out to 100 Jams and the thunderstorm.
Boom,
Real
boom.
talk.
So-
It helped me
So
develop myself.
So what I did
My
was,
party self.
He just upped himself like 1,000% just saying that.
But it's the truth.
It's the truth. Everybody,
See what I'm saying?
there are passageways in
I
life.
need people to know shit.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what
it was
I
a
mean?
thunderstorm.
The thunderstorm, bro. Come on.
And then-
I'm in college.
So I listened to the thunderstorm all
I
year.
don't know what the.
Thunderstorm was like it's like the traffic jam, right?
But this
Okay,
is from like
okay.
You
8
understand?
to
Like
like
from 8 to 11.
And
You see what I'm saying? So everybody in the country.
Okay.
Everything. Rap,
You see what I'm saying?
reggae,
So who was
soca.
DJ? There was the
There
butler,
was
the butcher,
the butcher,
you know,
the pencil,
pencil,
start off
and
there.
then I think they started was
And then they had DJ Fines. That's
What
what
is
DJ
DJ
Fines came out.
Fines? Wait. Shout out to
Was
flipping
two-time
Bahamian
Heineken winner,
DJs and
and
DJ
But hey,
Fines.
but let me get to the point I was
Yeah, here we
making.
go.
The point I was making was the only time other than that was when I went to Junkanoo that I was exposed to our culture as a kid.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And then one time, I remember one time I was in the second grade, Bahamian came to my school and they performed. And I think it was at that
Yes.
moment where, if you remember
I
that,
remember.
it was at that moment where I was like, you know what? I think I want to do music for a living.
You were there when KB and
Yeah, all of them. And I told Nehemiah about a year ago, man, thank you for what you did for me as a kid.
Way to go.
Because y'all don't even know the impact that you had. And that's one of the things that I tell a lot of these Bahamian artists. You're out here talking all this foolishness, but you need to go into the schools and empower the kids. You don't know who could be the next you.
Or who listened?
Or better than
You see what I'm saying? And
Push the
and
music
and
forward.
the Bahamian, I have to give them the credit. They did it for me. Fred Ferguson knows. Fred Nehemiah, all of those, they did it for me when they came in there singing "Going Back to the Island."
Man,
You know what I mean?
Bro, I remember that day so
You know?
clear. If you were,
So,
yeah.
But that video
So-
was lit though. I mean, when
It
that
was
came
lit.
out,
Going back to the
Was lit.
island,
That was
me,
lit,
our
though.
gin and coconut.
gin and coconut water, and on.
We got like really
But-
good, like
but
music
listen though,
notes.
no,
You know?
but listen though, that wasn't rake and scrape, and they beat you over the head with this music that's supposed to be rake and scrape. Let me tell you what I also think. We do all of these festivals, and we call it Rake and Scrape Festival, or the Gumby Festival, and this festival, that festival. But all of those festivals are only catered to the local air.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So if you're from New York City and you've never heard this, you're gonna appreciate it, but you're not gonna fully understand it because you've never heard it before. It's like moonshine compared to whiskey in the bottle.
Very true.
You see what I'm saying?
It's too raw. It's
With a
too
label,
raw.
yeah.
It's
You
too
see?
raw.
So you have to package the music in a way, and through my experiences and having an understanding music and rushing in John Canoe and traveling around the world and traveling around the US to hear what the rest of the world is listening to, that's how I came up with this sound called John Canoe Pop and the Caribbean Slide and the Living Wines and the Party Ambassadors, because you have to know what's going on with the rest of the world. And I think that's what a lot of the musicians in our country don't do. We don't go past Miami. We don't do research and go to music conferences.
Right.
We don't go and network with other people.
Yeah, we think
We
it's
don't
that easy.
spend the
Just
money.
here and then
You know, and it's very, very difficult to be a musician because there's so many people doing this. So if you're gonna do this, you need to go in your pocket and sacrifice and spend that money, not buy a fancy
It's a
car.
hustle. That's
People
a
say people.
You want to know something? I bought my first car 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2
that's
years
good.
ago,
That's good to know.
First car.
my first car, and I did schools from 2012. Me and Bullet was catching the bus, teaching the Caribbean Slide
No
to
fucking
kids
way,
from
bro.
2012 to
Man, look at
2014.
it. You gotta give it up to fucking
Yeah.
Julien. Believe.
No, but
I
that's
promise
the thing
you,
though. That's the thing.
because-
I mean, you gotta let other artists know that.
Yeah, no, you
they
think
think
I know.
they got a bit above, then they be like, you know what, I
Gotta
can
give
put
it
this
up,
to
man. Gotta
myself.
hustle for the
You
team.
You gotta put it to
Yeah,
your
Bro,
You gotta give it up to
craft.
them.
though.
You,
Let
for
me-
you to
let
be
me-
a behemoth, as young as Julien is, for you to be to the level that you've gotten right now, dog, it
But that's work.
is no, in the Bahamas, it ain't no easy thing, bro.